Sometimes the words we wish we said hurt more than the ones that we actually did. I'm your host, Natasha K, and you're listening to Micro Musings. I'm a writer and digital creator sharing my poetry with the world. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, today's episode is called I Miss You, Don't Call Me, which is inspired by a song of the same title by Alessia Cara. And funny enough, this poem, prose, it's more so a letter, I would say, is solely platonic. It's about someone that I thought I was going to have in my life forever. I even viewed her as a sister, kind of. I have this thing about calling people sister or brother because I'm an only child and I will never know what that experience is like. But if I had to say anybody in my life has been like a sister to me, it would have been her. You may listen to the poem and think that I'm the problem, but honestly, we should have stopped being friends long before we did. I, as I often do, was holding on to our past, expecting our future to be the same when the present showed up as a different narrative. And Girly Pop, if you're listening to this, I no longer feel this way because this is from like 2022, which is shortly after we stopped talking. I came across a magazine submission for poems, and the prompt was like, write a letter to someone that will never see it or something like that, and this was my entry. So without further ado, here is I Miss You, Don't Call Me. To you, who put me back together to break me again. I thought about you for the first time in a while, and you have yet to leave my mind since. It's been so long since I wrote to you, directly, rather than your memory. It almost feels like writing to a ghost. I had the strangest dream the other day, where we made up and moved on as if nothing happened. Ridiculous, right? Except part of me longs for you to come back, even though I technically left. I try not to harbor any hate or negative feelings towards you, but that's hard. You didn't fight for us. You simply let us fall apart, and me with it. Maybe you just didn't care anymore. Maybe I was right, and it was time for us to end. Whatever the case may be, just know I only ever wanted to share this experience with you. I cried knowing that you have no clue what I've been up to, that you couldn't do this with me, that if you were still in my life, none of this would actually be happening. I'm sorry for how I left. It was unfair to you. I hope that we both come to peace with what we had. Try not to hate me too much. I love you. Your old friend, Natasha. P.S. I miss you. Don't call me. To read more of my poems, visit my website by clicking the link in the show notes below or visit bynatashaK.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to share it. And if you enjoyed the podcast overall, leave a 5-star rating. Please follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast so you don't miss a single episode. All support is greatly appreciated. With love, always, Natasha.